If you have ever wanted to experience an interactive, side-scrolling, noir-inspired detective mystery where you play as a raccoon, well baby, I found the game for you. It's called Backbone, and this game has some serious class. What, are you telling me you've never smoked a cigarette in a tub before? Man, get out of my YouTube channel. Now, Howard is a detective that's barely scraping by, willing to take on any case. Howard is all too relatable with his half bunk bed entertainment system thing that he's got going on. In this prologue chapter, you take on a client, a wife, concerned that her husband may be cheating. Now, in order to solve the mystery, you have a series of questions that you can run by your client in order to get the information that you need on your target. I personally love the plethora of questions you had. It really made it feel like there was a story underneath and not just a simple 1-2 questions and you're done. No, this had an intricate system of questions that you could have asked the wife about her husband. And don't worry, if you happen to be a bad detective like me because I just can't remember shit, well, you have a handy dandy log that contains all the information you've collected so far. Now that's the gist of it, so it's time to get on the streets, baby. Now you know damn well that every good detective has connections, and there is no one cooler than Anatoly the Beaver. I mean, just look at him. Such a badass with that sweater vest he's got on and those teeth. Oh! Alright, all jokes aside, there are a large number of people that you can talk to in this prologue chapter alone, like Squirrel the Squirrel? I mean, he really doesn't look like a squirrel. You also have the suave bank employee, Angry Bear Bouncer, Bo the bunny with a mustache, Renee the foxy lady, Colby the rebel, Audrey the dancing dog, Ingrid with an attitude, Clarissa, the one you do not want to cross, Florence, who might just be a bit cray-cray, and who could forget our ever so famous Larry the crackhead. Like every true noir detective scene, these streets are dark and rainy, filled only with street lamps, department store windows, and neon lights to help guide your way to the next clue. Once off the streets and inside the club, baby, it just resonates old school vibes. The dim ambiance, the smoke-filled ceilings, and the special VIP sections where I think they just sit there and tell each other stories from their childhood. Now I'm not gonna spoil any story, or I guess case in this case, never mind. But I will mention that it did catch me off guard. Now, indulge me for a second. If you were a detective and a woman came to you trying to get the 411 on her husband and you know he's hiding in a club with a storytelling VIP section, what are you thinking? You know what? Never mind. You don't even have to tell me. I already know what you're thinking, but would you have imagined this? Now, I'm not saying that is the husband, but there is a dead body underneath a club in the broiler room. What the is going on here, people? Now, the game is not simply side-scrolling sidewalk and conversation simulator. There is an overall mystery to solve, and the twists in this prologue left me wanting more. There are also puzzles to solve, where you kind of take on this first-person view and attempt to rifle through clues. The few puzzles were actually fun, and the pixel graphics really made it all the better. Now, this game isn't supposed to come out until 2020, but the prologue chapter is free and out now on Steam. It may seem far off in the distance, but this game has a promise inside of it with beautiful graphics and a soundtrack that does nothing but claw you in and drag you back in time.